What up is Marcus? We have the starts of the week, the most important week, of course, because it's week 2 of the playoffs. I have my hat on. It is negative like 10 degrees outside. It is absolutely horrible. And usually I am doing this recording on a Thursday because Wednesday I work all day and Thursday I have a little bit of time off to be able to record this video for you. But it is Wednesday because we have actually closed down the office that I run and own early today. So you get to actually hear me on a Wednesday, or maybe this will end up being delayed and I got a bunch of things I have to do, including shoveling all the snow that is outside. So we're going to do starts of the week here. The QB must starts. These are guys, we're going to go through must starts. We're going to go through some starts that are some waiver guys or some guys that you might be debating between. So the must starts here are, of course, Allen and Mahomes and Burrow and Hurts. I think that's a must start. Then we get into Fields, even against Buffalo, I think is a must start. And then Tua Tagovailoa against Green Bay is a must start. So really, it's the players like Justin Herbert. Do we start Justin Herbert? Do we start Trevor Lawrence? And I think those two are startable assets. They're kind of right into that middle category. You have the must starts, and then you have the starts that are going to be players that are probably going to be on your roster compared to the likes of Kirk Cousins and Geno Smith. And I would rather start Herbert and Trevor Lawrence over those types of players. But we're going to get into some players that are into that next tier. Also kind of look and see if Lamar Jackson is on waivers. I mean, some people have actually dropped Lamar Jackson. Some people put him on IR. Maybe some people don't have room for IR spots, but he might be returning healthy against the Falcons, and the Falcons are horrible at defense. So just kind of a note there that Lamar Jackson is an excellent start here if he is actually back, and we'll see if that actually happens. But Kirk Cousins against the Giants. Now, Kirk Cousins has proved in home games that he is able to come back even against good defenses. The Colts have a decent defense, and he blew up on the Colts. Really had 2 picks, but both of them, I think, if you look at the video, the revac video of it, it's Jalen Reagor's fault on that. So Kirk Cousins is a really good start this week. But also Geno Smith against Kansas City. Kansas City has been bleeding points, and they have to chuck it up against Patrick Mahomes. So they're going to be putting up some points here against Kansas City. They just played San Francisco, and Geno Smith still had a really safe floor. So Geno Smith, again, is able to have a safe floor against San Francisco, or able to have some points against San Francisco. I think he'll have a good week against Kansas City, which is a much easier defense. The next quarterback that I want to talk about, and I don't even want to necessarily bring it up, but we're going to do it, Tom Brady. Brady got, it was a tale of 2 halves, but I think Brady got saved by a late-time touchdown. Cincinnati's defense has actually been pretty well, and when you have him against Arizona, Tom Brady is a chance. I'd rather have him over Gardner Minshew. I'd rather have him over the Jets quarterback, whether it's Zach Wilson, which it likely will be Zach Wilson. I mean, I'm rather having him over some of these players and some of these sits of the week that we're going to talk about next week. Let's get into some of these running backs. And so outside of the top, I don't know, you'd say 20, 24 running backs, we get into the kind of the Kansas City running backs. And Jerick McKinnon is somebody I'm absolutely starting, but I'm also doing the same thing. Isaiah Pacheco against Seattle. Seattle has been not doing great again at defense. Kansas City has been using both running backs, and Pacheco's been the running, and McKinnon's been the receiving back. And actually, McKinnon's been the best back over the last 2 weeks, and so he's even been a good running back the last 3. So let's start McKinnon, automatic start. But I'm actually starting Raheem Mostert, automatic start against Green Bay. I think that the biggest weakness is to attack Green Bay with speed. And I think Raheem Mostert, with the exceptional speed he does have, I think Raheem Mostert is a good start here. Now, this is something I almost don't want to say it. I almost don't want to say it because I do have his jersey right here. It's a DeAndre Swift signed jersey that we are going to be giving away here at some point, either to the champion of the Fantasy Dads, if it is Brown Bag My Face. If it's him, if he wants that Swift jersey, it's his. If not, we'll find a jersey that we'll be giving away at 2K here, whether it's Swift or somebody else. And so DeAndre Swift is somebody I am starting. Jamal Williams is somebody I am starting against Carolina. They are just, I mean, they bleed. They bleed at that position. And I think Jared Goff has shown, even at Carolina, that they're going to be able to put up some points. They put up some points against the Jets, and the Jets have a much better defense than Carolina here. And then lastly, I think that Tampa Bay, I think they're going to have an overall good game against Arizona. Arizona is a bad team, bad defense, bad offense. So I think that you're going to have Leonard Fournette and you're going to have Rachaad White be potentially decent starters. Wide receivers here. Now, Donovan Peoples-Jones has actually been a surprisingly good wide receiver lately, and that is including with Watson. DPJ, I mean, he got saved by a return touchdown, and I think that people have been fixated on Amari Cooper being the alpha, but really Amari Cooper has been very, very bad lately. And so Donovan Peoples-Jones against New Orleans. New Orleans, again, not been very good. I think Donovan Peoples-Jones is a potential high flyer start here. Zay Jones, I am not sitting him. I understand the matchup sucks. It's against the Jets. But Thursday night, we are going to be starting Zay Jones, and I have him in Dynasty. He has saved my a Dynasty roster of mine that was just injured-riddled, and I really just had to start Zay Jones. He saved me. Maybe this is just me saying that, but he has been getting the target, 7-8 targets every week. He's been on every single snap. It's been a good Evan Ingram. It's been a solid Christian Kirk, and then Zay Jones has been getting he hit the 3 touchdowns, and he's been having some good targets and stuff. He's a very safe, I think, type of player, so we can't sit him anymore. Chris Moore against Tennessee, I understand that Chris Moore has had some interesting weeks the last weeks, and really we don't even know who the quarterback is going to be for Tennessee. I think we don't know who the quarterback is going to be for Tennessee, so we don't know how much Tennessee is going to be putting up points against Houston. Houston's been a dumpster fire too. This has been the last 4 or 5 weeks. Houston has looked like the better of the team than Tennessee. And so I think Chris Moore actually has a good week. And I'm starting my Pittsburgh wide receivers if I possibly can. Deontay Johnson, George Pickens, Las Vegas cannot cover anybody. And I am going to be playing both of them. Now, we're going to get the tight ends. Tight ends get a little bit more rough. Now, Evan Ingram, I'm going to say that he has had a decent floor. I had him as a sit of the week last week. Is actually one of the ones I actually missed on last week, but I think he's going to have it. Third times, when he's heating up, NBA Jam rules, you got to put him on fire here. Also, Noah Fant against Kansas City. They have no Tyler Lockett because of his finger. Kansas City can't cover that position well anyways, so I think Noah Fant is a potential flyer here. I already talked about Juwan Johnson. He's been a touchdown monster, and so I have him in waiver wire pickups, and so he's the number one waiver wire pickup. And then also Pat Freiermuth, again, against Las Vegas. Pittsburgh quarterback play has not been great, but Las Vegas coverage team has also been very poor. And so I am going to be starting Pat Freiermuth here against Las Vegas. The defenses, and of course we have defenses like 49ers and Broncos and Ravens and Titans and Bucks and Eagles even against Dallas, and then Bills against, I understand against Chicago is like, that's kind of the play. But Rams against Denver. Denver is a horrible offense and still an easy cheat code to go against them. The Browns against New Orleans. The Browns have had 2 good weeks in the last 3 weeks. 2 of the last 3 weeks have been good weeks, if I can actually say proper English. So I think the Browns are a good start here. And then Chargers against Indianapolis. No Matt Ryan, so a little bit maybe of a downgrade because you're going to have to play Nick Foles. But still, Chargers defense, who's been okay, but you're talking about the Colts who have allowed the most fantasy points to opposing defenses. And even, they almost let up 2 defensive touchdowns to my Vikings. So I think they're definitely some starts of the week. So we're going to get to the sits of the week. Good luck, everybody. We'll see you soon. Peace out.